Hello, it's Nicolette, and today we're learning how to text in French. High school French basically taught that. High school French, textbook level French, like very formal things that if you're gonna say that or text that, you're gonna sound not French. So these are abbreviations, slang words, phrases, and just general ways of structuring your sentences so that you sound a little more French. This is also helpful because if you're texting someone in French, they might be sending you abbreviations or things that you're like, I don't understand what is going on. Don't worry, I got you. Without further ado, how to text in French. Okay, first off, texting itself. Like, you gotta know the words for texting. So a text is en texto or en SMS. So you'd say like, envoie-moi en texto, like send me a text. If you're on Facebook and you are sending a Facebook message, that would just be en message sur Facebook. Like en email, like if you're emailing, what decade do you live in? Email is just email, en email. Like you're not gonna say like the courriel or whatever like long word you learned in high school French. That's an email. No, it's just en email. Very Franglish, but that's what it is. Okay, so this is like the equivalent of LOL, BRB, things like that just won't translate into French because they stand for phrases and phrases different in French. The most common one is NDR, which is basically the equivalent of LOL. NDR stands for mort de rire, or like dying of laughter. One that I have never seen used and I don't use in English or French is EXPDR, which is like exploser de rire, like you're exploding with laughter. This is the equivalent of ROFL, like rolling on the floor laughing. Something that I see used a lot is a lot. Beaucoup, BCP. BCP is the abbreviation for beaucoup. Aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui is a really long word. Got apostrophe in there, it's got a lot of letters, so instead of just writing aujourd'hui out, you can just write AUJ. Auj, like aujourd'hui, today. TJS, toujours, always. QDN stands for quoi de neuf, and quoi de neuf is like what's new, what's up, what's going on. PK is pourquoi, why. STP, s'il te plaît, which is the informal version of please. DSL is désolé, sorry. RTV, RDV is rendez-vous, which, I mean, sometimes we use that in English too, a rendezvous. It's like a meetup, a catch-up. A plus, A and a plus sign, is à plus tard, like see you later. It doesn't necessarily work with texting, but if you're on like Facebook Messenger and you want to say BRB, like you'll be right back, you would just write je reviens, like je reviens, like I'm coming back. And the last one is bis, like bisous, so kisses. If you're like signing off with someone, bisous. Saying kisses might sound very romantic and mushy, but in French, like when people are greeting each other, they do bisous, they do bisous. So that's like an okay way to sign off with someone. Obviously not like your boss, but also like why are you texting your boss? Also, you can use just kind of phonetic abbreviations. C is just the letter C, C. So you could say like C, CA, c'est ça. That's it, it's that. Or you could do C and T, which is c'était, it was. Another example of like phonetic abbreviations is just using the word T as tu es or te. So you could just say ti ou, like te ou, where are you? Combining words and using apostrophes. Apostrophes are your friend in French. So instead of saying like I am, je suis, you're gonna say je suis. When someone's speaking or saying it, it goes really fast. They're like je suis. They just combine it all together. Je suis. And with the to form, same thing. You don't want to say tu es, you want to say t'es. T'es mignon. T'es joli. T'es cool. French slang, or French like Verlan, which is like this weird slang of like inversing words and making new words. So teuf is a really popular one. That's Verlan for fête, or a party. It's a very like 90s thing, but it's almost used ironically, so it's chill. As of right now, the youth are using it. Another Verlan word is chelou, which is Verlan for louche, which basically means like shady, sketchy. This is stuff you want to stay out of. This is like dark alleyways, like don't mess with chelou. Relou, which is Verlan for lourd or heavy. Relou is like annoying. So you can be like, oh, I have to bring my brother with me. C'est relou. Ouf is a great one. Ouf is like the inverse of fou, which is crazy. So this could be used in a negative sense, but a lot of times it's used in a positive one. So you could be like, oh, like, did you see that new, like, listen to that new song? Yeah, c'est fou. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy good. Another word that is used a lot is kiffe. Like, kiffer is a verb and it's to like. So instead of saying like j'aime, you could say je kiffe. So like, je kiffe ta robe. I like your dress. Adding things may sound repetitive. Just go with me. It's gonna make you sound more French. So like, French like to do things like toi, t'es jolie. Like, you're pretty. Toi, t'es mignon. You're cute. Or you'd say like, moi, je suis américaine. Like, me, I'm American. It might sound repetitive, the me and I, or the you and your, but they just like to do that. The French love filler words. They love them. Even just like sounds, like a, like add those in and you're gonna sound French. So in the texting sense, would be E-U-H. So if you want to text like, I don't know, je sais pas. If you want to be like, huh? Or like, right? Yeah? You'd say, hein? So you can add that to the end of the sentence for emphasis. You could be like, c'était un super concert, hein? Like, that was a really great concert, right? Or if you don't understand something, you'd be like, eh? Other things to add at the end of a sentence would be quoi. Quoi is what I like to refer to as a mini mic drop. So quoi at the end of a sentence is just kind of like that definitive, putting that out there, adding emphasis to it. You'd be like, c'était fou quoi. Like, it was crazy. Period. Like, no argument here. Like, it was crazy. Another one that I've seen used at the end of a sentence is dis donc, which is kind of like, hey, like it adds like an exclamation to the end of a sentence. So like, for example, I switched my Tinder settings to Paris, which is approximately 15,000 miles away from me currently. And so I matched with someone and the first thing they messaged me was, c'est super loin, dis donc. Like, you're super far away, eh? It was kind of like a surprised thing, like, wow, you're really far away. Dis donc. If you're going on a tangent and talking about a lot of things and you just want to be like, long story short, the French equivalent of that is enfin, bref, or just bref. So you could be like, oh, you know, like I lost the keys and then the car couldn't start and then I fell in like off a cliff and then this happened and then that happened and then enfin, bref, I didn't go to the party. Bon. The French love the word bon because you can use it in so many different ways. So bon means good, but you could say ah bon, like oh really? You could say bon alors, like well then, bon alors. Put it on the beginning, like bon c'est parti, like alright, let's go. Bon, 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 bon. Just throw that in there. Bon. Ben is a really good one too. So ben oui is kind of like, well yeah. So if someone's like, tu viens ce soir? Like, are you coming tonight? You say, ben oui. Like, of course. I'm not gonna miss your party. Like, ben oui. General phrases. A few phrases that are helpful are ça m'est égal. So, ça m'est égal is like, oh, I don't really care. If someone's asking, like, where do you want to go to dinner tonight? And you don't really have an opinion. You can be like, ah, ça m'est égal. If you're relaying something that someone told you, so if you're like, oh, someone told me that, would say, on m'a dit qu'il y a un teuf ce soir chez toi. Like, someone told me there's a party at your house. Another really helpful phrase is on se voit. Like, let's say you arrange to meet up with your friend tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You know, you're texting back, you just arrange it, you'd be like, alright, on se voit alors. We'll see each other then. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you can go text some new French friends, French girlfriends, French boyfriends, whatever. Like, you're prepared, you have the tools. Worst case scenario, if there's something that comes up, you just Google it. Like, you'll be able to find it. But these are kind of just general things that you can do when you're texting to sound chiller, to sound cooler, to sound more French. Please like and subscribe for more videos. That's all for now. I'm gonna go Tinder some people in Paris. Alright, au revoir. Bisous.